Ah, there it goes.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Hope you guys are ready to do some comedy. Doug's going to go up and introduce me here in a minute.
Let's break some things.
And we're hopefully going to make people laugh. Go,
You're
Doug.
really embarrassed.
Hi everybody, we're going to get started here. Honestly, it's CYAT Center with a K, CY instead of K. I don't know why that is. Randy's kind of excited tonight. Obviously, friends, family, hometown. Some of you know him, most of you know him, some don't. You're a loss. Randy didn't want me to say something, so I got it. There it is. So, a few accolades he wants me to kind of pretty much want to say about himself and kind of butter him up. So, Randy Young is a two-time state qualifier in forensics. In college, he had a minor role in a play that he can't remember the name of. He's been on the opening act for professional comedy in Kansas City at the comedy club where he tells his jokes, not anybody else's. Honestly, Randy, it sounds more like he started out as the most interesting man who ended up as a comic. So he provides for him and his wife Steve as a personal trainer. He masquerades as a comic at night. Well, not all the times usually. Let's give him our undivided attention that he so desperately seeks, and all together laugh at him along with what I see last for us. Radio, everybody.
I hope you guys like my colorful stage here. And also this microphone that doesn't work. But I'm conditioned to hold on to one, so I'm going to. When I was a senior in high school, someone would have told me, hey, you know that kind of weird kid Garth that's in 7th grade? In about 10 years, you guys are going to be really good friends. Probably wouldn't have believed you. But here we are, we live in the same city, we hang out sometimes, we play golf together, we work out, and I gotta say, he's still pretty weird. He's a pretty weird guy, but he's a good man, he's a good person to have as a friend. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever done comedy before, but it's pretty awkward to just get up here and start a conversation with a group of people, especially when the only appropriate response is ha 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 ha. Because if you don't get that ha 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 back, it's even more awkward standing on this stage. It's like if you've ever been with a group of friends and you start telling a story, and then halfway through the story you realize nobody's paying attention to your story. Like, what do you do in that situation? Do you keep telling your story and hope eventually people start listening? Do you stop telling the story, maybe try it again later, hopefully it works then? So I don't know if you guys have ever been on stage before or not, but it's pretty awkward to just get up here and start a conversation. Most of you know me. My name's Randy Young. My full name, Randy Travis Young. That's right, Randy Travis Young. That is going to be my name forever and ever. Some of you guys get that joke. Some of you weren't country music fans back in 1987. That's okay. 1987 is when that song came out. Coincidentally, so did I. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a country singer really bad. Unfortunately for me, as you just heard in that last joke, singing never an option. Not something I could ever do. But when you grow up with a name like Randy Travis, of course I wanted to be just like Garth Brooks. Man, I love Garth Brooks. I'd sing all of his songs. I used to dress up like him. My mom would even let me go out in public like that, too. She figured, go ahead and embarrass me now. Your teenage years are coming up quickly, bud. So one time, I'm out with my mom. We're shopping, and I'm dressed up looking good, you guys. Like, I've got my boots on. I've got jeans, belt buckle, pearl snap shirt. I had cool flames coming up the sides, cowboy hat. I look like I'm about to sell out the Sprint Center for 9 concerts in a row. If you're not from Kansas City, you probably don't get that. That's okay. So I'm looking good. We're out shopping, and I'm doing what every 5-year-old kid does. I go in those little circular racks on the inside, like, this is my little hideout, woo! And then I go out of the hideout, and I don't know where my mom is. So I'm like running around looking for her. I can't find her. Finally, this girl that works there, she's like, oh, you're such a cute little cowboy. What's your name? And I get all excited. This is my chance. I'm Garth Brooks. Like, oh, sweetie, that's cute, but really, what's your name? Like, do you see what I'm wearing? Look at my shirt. I am literally standing outside the fire. I'm Garth Brooks. And she wouldn't accept it. After about a minute of this going on, her attitude has gone from "you're a cute little cowboy" to "this is why I don't have children." She's like, "Look, sweetie, if we call your mom on the intercom, I have to know your real name." "All right, fine. Randy Travis." And she did not believe me. Looking back, though, I wonder what she thought was going to happen if she got on the intercom and said, "Yeah, would the mother of miniature Randy Travis, miniature Garth Brooks, please come get your child?" Like, would some other mom come up and be like, "Yeah, I have a son who's a little person and he impersonates Garth Brooks. That's not him. But I would really like to see that concert, just to hear him sing 'Friends in Low Places.'" So yeah, I had quite the imagination growing up. But you have to have a good imagination when you grow up on a farm 24 miles away from, well, this town. Because out there's nobody to play with. I was telling one of the comics in Kansas City about it one time. He's like, what do you mean imagination? I'm like, well, I had to play sports all by myself. It's like, how did that work? Like, well, I play full games, like, do everything. He's like, well, that's not too weird. Like, well, I played the full games. I also had a 10-game season against 6 other teams. I was on Team Nike, big rivals, Team Adidas. There was Team Under Armour and Team Reebok. They were pretty good. Team Fila and Team And One, they didn't make the playoffs so often. He's like, yeah, we crossed into weird now. We've definitely crossed into. I can't imagine what it would have been like if my mom was watching that. Me out there with my tennis ball, pitch it against the fence. Then I'd run over there and get my bat/vacuum cleaner extension, toss up the ball, hit it, then I'd go out wherever it hit, catch it, and pretend to throw it to first for the whole game. 10 games long, not even including the playoffs, you guys. She had to have just been staring out there like, why is our child so weird? Other 16-year-olds don't do this. So I know my brother had to have had imagination too, which means he was really excited when I was born because he's like, all right, practice football, dummy. So like he would take me out to the backyard when I was like 3 years old, just barely learning how to run. And he'd make me run around and he'd throw a football at my feet and try and make me fall over. Because I'm not old enough to catch the ball yet, so if he trips me, that's a catch. So he's like, Randy, go to the water hydrant and then run to the garage. I'm like, drops back to pass, throws it. I go down, I'm crying, Chase on the other side doing his touchdown dance. My mom comes out like, what is going on out here? I'm crying on one side, Chase over here. We just won the Super Bowl, Mom. That's what's going on out here. So I have 2 other siblings. The oldest one, my sister. She's the smart one of the 3 of us. She's a surgical nurse for open heart surgery. Saves lives on a regular basis. Kind of an important job. My brother is carrying on the young tradition of running our family farm. Produces a lot of grain and beef. Also a pretty important job. I like to tell jokes. And I like to think my parents are equally proud of all 3 of us. Boy, did it make Thanksgiving fun. Actually, Thanksgiving is pretty fun. Our family gets along quite well, unlike most families during Thanksgiving. I think the reason for that for us is we all have the same political views. Which is nice, because if someone's like, oh, that other party sucks, we're all just like, yeah, and they're candidates too, and then we high-five about it and eat our turkey. That's the end of it. The only time our family really argues is when we're playing board games. It's my siblings and I, we play competitive board games. All of our spouses do not. Specifically because we play so competitively. So family game night's pretty fun. Like on one side of the table, cutthroat Monopoly. On the other side of the table, they're putting together a puzzle teamwork style. They're saying things like, good job, way to go, this is fun. We're over here yelling things like, no, don't make that trade, you're a cheater, I hate you. I can't figure out why they don't want to play with us. The biggest difference between the two sides of the table, over here, everything starts all scattered out. But by the end, it all comes together nice and neatly organized. Monopoly, on the other hand, starts out nice and neatly organized. Someone lands on Boardwalk with a hotel, boom, scattered. Done. That's it. Playing board games with non-competitive people, that's tough. Like card games, we want the game to move on quickly. We get to one of them, they're like, who wants to have a snack? Nobody, we're playing a game. I think I'm gonna make popcorn. Should I put butter on it? No, we don't want your greasy hands on the cards. Make your move. Fine, whatever. Do you have any fives? No, go fish. Word games are difficult too. It's like they move their pieces 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, your turn. Really? You had to count out all 4 of those spaces? You couldn't just slide it ahead 4? We're playing Candyland! You go to red! Now all of a sudden I'm the jerk uncle for yelling at an 8-year-old. Which, by the way, if an 8-year-old asks you to play Candyland and it's already set up, they're cheating. One of them comes up and they're like, hey, Uncle Randy, you want to play Candyland? Yeah, okay. Go downstairs. Board's already ready. He goes, hey, Uncle Randy, you can go first. All right, draw my card. Ooh, double blue. Good start. He draws his card. Orange, rainbow trail. You didn't even look at that. He was done in 3 moves. I wasn't even to the peppermint forest yet. Man, I tell you what. So I do personal training for my job. I do that in Johnson County. If you don't know, Johnson County is like the Beverly Hills of Kansas. There are some high maintenance people there. Like one time, so the hardest thing about that is picking the music because nobody likes the same music. It's impossible. I get asked 5 times a day, can we switch the music, please? So one time I have classic rock on, because that's what I like, classic rock. Doing this class, and this one lady goes, I don't like this music, can we switch it up, please? I'm like, all right, fine. You tell me what you want to listen to, and I'll go put it on. She thinks about it for a minute, and she goes, how about yacht rock? Yacht rock? The rock you listen to while sailing on your yacht? Sure, why not? So I go switch it to yacht rock, which, fun fact about yacht rock, it's classic rock. It is the exact same thing. 3 songs into it, same lady. I don't like this, can we switch it? No, you made your bed, now you lie in it, we're listening to yacht rock. I also did personal training here for a while, right in that room right over there. It was a little smaller at the time. But while I was here doing that, I was talking to my mom one time about other jobs I could possibly do to help make a little bit more money. She goes, well, you studied a little bit of massage therapy in school, why don't you offer massages? Like, people in Tribune get massages? Yeah, your Aunt Judy does. Hard pass. Here's something I never want to have to say. All right, Aunt Judy, head on into this room and undress to your comfort level. I'll be in a minute with some oils and I'll rub you down. She would probably look back at me like, do you have any extra clothes? Hazmat suit, maybe? The personal training here was definitely personal. We need to personally know everybody that comes in. Some of my clients would be like my old teachers from grade school. That was kind of weird. Like, all right, next, Mrs. Dixon. No, Carrie. Mrs. Dixon, Carrie. I'm sorry, don't send me to the principal. I'm going to have to do that. A lot of them were like my friends' moms growing up. Like, all right, next, Mrs. Schneider. Is it okay, everyone? Next, you're going to do, if it's all right with you, you're going to do squats next. Also, can Chase come over for supper tonight? I already asked my wife. So there used to be 2 random poles in there, not used for anything, but there was just 2 poles in there, not sure why. There was a group of 3 ladies that would come in, and they could not stop themselves from making stripper jokes. Like, ooh, look at me, I'm a stripper, my name's Portia. Yeah, that's hilarious. Let's keep in mind, I'm still your nephew, your cousin, your son. If we could stop the stripper jokes, I would really like that. Cool, thanks. But man, it is tough being in a small town. I'm sure you all know, because in a small town, everybody knows your business. Even if they don't, they make it up anyway. I came in one time and someone's like, oh, hey, Randy, I heard Stevie's having a baby. Congratulations. Better not be. Otherwise, she's got some explaining to do. So we recently started talking about starting our family, what we're going to name the kids, how many we'll have, how far apart in age, and after a while she goes, you know, Randy, I'm starting to think you're going to favor certain children over others. Like, that's not true. I'm going to love any of those girl ones just as much as I love Randy Jr. How dare you assume I'm going to love our firstborn son that takes my name, lives out my legacy more than those other things. Kids, children are children. You wouldn't believe me that. One night we're laying on the couch watching TV, playing on our phones. I'm reading this article that while I'm reading it, I'm thinking, wow, this is 100% accurate. So I tell Stevie, hey, did you know that 85% of men will agree with their spouses just to avoid having an argument? And Stevie, who has a degree in psychology, goes, that's stupid and it's not healthy for any relationship. So I said back to her, I know, right? I can't believe you're do that. Grow a backbone. Seriously, it's really bad to do it. That's why we get along so well. We started decorating for Christmas recently, put our tree up last week, started putting the ornaments on together. That was a fun activity. She would put on an ornament. I would put on an ornament. She would put that ornament where it was supposed to go. Real good bonding experience. We've been, going pretty well. Things are, we're happily married, I guess I should say. I have to say she's here. We're coming up on 5 years, though, and I think I might change her last name in my phone to my last name, since it's seeming to work out. I think it's funny, as humans, we base so much of what our mate is off of their personality. Because no other animal in the animal kingdom does that. Every other animal's like, ooh, you're the biggest and strongest. How you doing? What's up? Birds are pretty vain. They're like, ooh, those are pretty feathers. Tweet, tweet. The only animal that does care about personality, hyenas. And really only the sense of humor. Because they laugh. That's not a good one, I'm sorry. Quick history of my wife and I's relationship. We met in 2008, we started dating in 2009, then we broke up in 2010. We did not talk to each other in 2011 or 2012. We became friends again in 2013 and then started dating 2014, married 2015. So it just goes to show, if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, they couldn't find anything better. Which makes me the best of what's left. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm pretty ready for this internet fad to get over with. Because I can't keep up. I used to love it. I can't keep up with it. So the other day, a couple weeks ago, March I think, this other comic who's definitely younger than me, on stage says the word GIF. And I'm thinking, oh, that's how you pronounce that. I've been calling it a peanut butter brand this whole time. Boy, was I wrong. At least I learned that one in silence. The way I found out how to properly pronounce meme, different story. So when we first moved back to Kansas City, I'm building up my client base again, and I'm subbing in the school district in Joco, Johnson County, Beverly Hills of Kansas. And I'm in this middle school, which already brutal enough. And I'm listening to these two kids talk about something, and I'm like, oh, hey, have you seen that one meme about it? What? You know, that meme. I think he's trying to communicate with us. Like, you know, the pictures with words, they're funny. Is it a meme? Oh, are you talking about a meme? Class dismissed. We just started. Class dismissed. Get out. That wasn't even the worst part. I had to stay there for 3 more days. I was standing in the lunchroom doing the lunch monitor one day. These two kids are like 3 tables away. I'm standing next to another teacher. They're like, hey, Mimi! Mimi! I'm doing my best to ignore them, but this other teacher's like, who are they trying to call? Me. I hate clickbait on the internet. That's the worst. Like, you see things like, funniest video ever. Wait till the end. Like, no, Scorsese, how about you cut that down by about 4 minutes? And I'll decide if the last 10 seconds of that cat adorably falling over backwards is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I saw one that was really great. It was, there's no fountain of youth for these 25 unrecognizably aging celebrities. Because someone doesn't understand how the aging process works. But the best part was the picture was like black and white 18-year-old Wayne Newton next to current Wayne Newton casually walking down the street in a Hawaiian shirt. Like, yeah, obviously he looks different. I can't believe anyone actually reads this stupid crap. So anyway, I'm reading this article about aging. And it's what you would expect, like rock stars on stage with their stage makeup and, you know, young, tight bodies, and then decades later of drug abuse and sunken faces. Like, yeah, that's expected, you know. Then I got to one that really got me. Running across the finish line in all of his Olympic glory, Bruce Jenner. And I'm thinking, no way. There is no way. Next page, the beautiful and brave Caitlyn Jenner. Well, yeah, that celebrity is unrecognizable. Aging had nothing to do with it. Some hyperboles on those all over the place. The best one I've seen is globe earthers get destroyed with one simple flat earth argument. Where's the curve? Show me the curve, bro. I don't see it. If you don't know what the Flat Earth Society is, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a group of people that believe the Earth is flat. The map looks the same. It's like the globe. They flatten it out. Everything's right there. They believe the Earth goes on indefinitely, but there's a dome over the part that we know. And everything we know is on the inside of that dome. So they don't believe in outer space, which makes you wonder what they call the space the outer part of the dome. Because you can tell them, we have satellites in outer space, and they're like, no. NASA sent out fake satellites, pseudo-satellites, if you will, to make you believe there's real satellites. That's a thing, I'm not making that up. If you go to flatearthsociety.org, and I've spent an embarrassing long amount of time. If you go to flatearthsociety.org, they agree all the other planets are round, apparently under this dome, but Earth is the only one that's flat. And their response to why is you could go your whole life only seeing gray geese. This would lead you to believe there are only gray geese. The next day, of course, you might see a white goose. Earth in this analogy is the white goose. Confused? Me too. Like every video I've watched about flat Earth, they're always like, if you just get rid of all the bias that you learned in school and go into this with an open mind, you'll see the truth. What they mean by open mind is forget everything you know about science, logic, and reasoning, because you don't need them to be a part of our club. So when I was in college, where I learned my science, logic, and reasoning, I did stand-up comedy there. It was a little bit different doing stand-up comedy at a Christian college compared to a comedy club. Because in a comedy club, you can say whatever the hell you want to say in there. There's no censorship. You can ask my parents. They were there. It was really awkward. But when you're at a Christian college, you cannot say whatever the heck you want to say. I had to be very careful about what I said. As a matter of fact, they required I finish one of my jokes with the words amen, which I thought was a little bit strange, but forever and ever. When you go to a Christian college, I noticed there's two different types of people that go to this school. On one side of the spectrum, you have the good Christian people, the strong morals, good education there, maybe find the love of your life. And then on the other side of the spectrum, athletes on scholarship. Sometimes there were a hybrid of the two, they would mix. I like to call them the practice squad. If you're wondering what side of the spectrum I was on, I was definitely more over on this side. I did try out for sports my freshman year, but even the bench warmers were like, dude, you suck, get back. Back to your studies. Joke's on them because I became an athletic trainer and I got to sit on the bench anyway. Doing athletic training, it was really fun. At the beginning of the year, we had to do the physicals for all of the student athletes on campus, like 500 kids. It would get really tedious and boring. So like my sophomore year, I had to do blood pressure for every single one of these athletes. So like the whole football team came in, cross country, track, basketball teams, soccer teams. We're almost finished. We have the volleyball players coming in, and we're like, you know what? I'm going to have a little bit of fun. So this group of girls comes in. I check the first two, get done with the last one, take off the stethoscope. Did you run here by chance? No. Okay. Have you guys had practice yet today? She's like, nope, haven't started practice. Oh man. Do you have a history of high blood pressure in your family? Now she understands it's serious. She's like, no, I don't think so. Do I need to call my parents? Like, what is wrong with me? Oh, nothing. You're fine. Here's your paper. Next room, please. She didn't think it was as funny as I did. Apparently, neither did the head athletic trainer. Because she comes in. She's like, Randy, whatever you're doing in here, stop. All right, fine. So I stopped for 2 years. But my senior year, all the seniors are in one classroom, and it's where we do a lot of our studies. We have a lot of the machines over on one side of the room. There's a screen that you can go behind and change if you need to change out of jeans or anything. And we're doing like height, weight, vision. Easy stuff because we're the upperclassmen. We give the hard, tedious things like blood pressure to the sophomores, which looking back, probably not the best idea. So we're doing this, the football team's coming in, there's a little bit of a break from the players, and I go over to the other side of the room and I grab a couple things. An exam glove and a bottle of jelly for ultrasounds that you rub on so there's a little bit of lubrication there. And I go wait by the door. And I tell the other trainers, whatever happens, just go with it. They're like, all right, we want to see this play out. So the next guy that comes in, center of the football team, biggest guy out there, Big E, Ernest goes by Big E. He walks in, I'm like, oh. He's like, wow, nice to see you too, Randy, cool. Look, I'm sorry, Ernest, it's just that you've been randomly selected by the NAIA for men's health screening. You'll follow me behind the screen over here. We're going to do a quick prostate check, and then we'll get on with this. No way, dude. I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm like, you know what, E? I'm not any more excited about this than you are. We just drew straws. I got the short one. If I want to finish my senior year, I have to do this. If you want to play your senior year, you have to do this. He's like, yeah, I don't leave you. I'm leaving. He goes to walk out. That same head athletic trainer is walking in because her office is right there. He goes, hey, do I have to do this? Without even knowing, she looks over at me and I'm like, yeah, if Randy says you have to do it, you have to do it. The face he made. It's like, all right, let's get this over with. So he goes walking by me as I'm putting on my glove here. And as I am, the head athletic trainer comes back out to the room and sees me doing this. What is going on out here? Before I have a chance to explain, we hear the pants hit the floor and they say, should I be bent over for this? Nothing's going on in here. When you go to a Christian college, though, you get asked quite often, what church do you go to? So I tell people, I'm from the Community of Christ Church. A lot of people don't know what that is, so I tell them, well, it's the Community of Christ now. It used to be the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They used to be part of the Church of Latter-day Saints, which is the Church of Mormon. So technically, I'm 1/8 Mormon. I'm pretty excited to get to heaven and find out what eighth of me it's going to be like. I'll get up there, my right arm's just like, that's it. That's the eighth of me that was Mormon right there. So I told that joke at a lunch table one time, and this one girl that, let's just say not an athlete, Christian side of the spectrum, she's staring daggers at me. She's not happy. She doesn't like this joke. I don't think any of you is getting into heaven telling jokes like that. Whoa. First off, that is just a joke, so calm it down a bit. Secondly, my dad's the pastor of our church. I've already got a free ride in it. That's not how it works. Yeah, I know, because my dad's the pastor of our church. But then it made me wonder, what does she think my version of heaven is? Like I'm going to get up to the pearly gates and St. Peter's going to be like, Randy Travis Young. Your parents must have been country music fans when you were 17. Well, it looks like you lived a fairly good life. Fortunately, you told some questionable jokes about religion. We can't let you in because of that. I'm like, but wait, and pull out a community chest card from my back pocket. Says, congratulations, you're a preacher's kid. You get to go directly to heaven. Do not stop in purgatory. Go straight to the pearly gates and collect $200. Yay! He's like, all right, come on in. I'm like, high five. That's the eighth of me that was Mormon, wasn't it? Yeah. All right, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much.